Hello everyone, Death Stimulator here, bringing you some more naval action. So we're back in the frigate again. I've been bouncing around between Oranjestad, Corcobocao and the ABC Islands. Just mixing things up a bit. Down by the ABC Islands I tend to find I run into a lot more large fleets and then mid-sized kind of small fleets, which will often still attack a Bologna. So I've come up this way in hopes of maybe getting some fights against some frigates, and maybe even getting a little bit of XP in the process. It's nice having the enhanced XP and money system. While it's important to have balance, particularly once the game goes live, in the testing phase it's nice to be able to go a little nuts and not have to grind incessantly, which has often been the case in the game, to a degree, a bit too much grinding, especially if you're going solo. And though, admittedly, that does kind of bring up a point, the game's not really meant to be a solo game. It's meant to be a cooperative game where you work with other players, and indeed within the structure of your nation. So it's important to consider that as well. The game's not really going to be balanced for you people going it alone. In any case, we're in the frigate. We're looking to fight some other frigate-class ships. And in the meantime, we're going to take the opportunity to run around some of the ports south of Oranjestad and see if we can pick up any interesting little upgrades. We're still only got like 80,000, so we're not really looking for any particularly good ships. But if we see any upgrades, we'll certainly try to nab them. And we'll probably just pick a bunch of small fights as we go. In the meantime, we'll take a little bit of a break, and when I get to something interesting, I'll bring you guys in. See you then. Alright, well, we're here checking out Plymouth. It's available. Nothing much. Interesting to note, grenade supplements, of course, boarding parties, all the new stuff to go along with the new boarding techniques. Should point out, Good Blue put up a thread to the Naval Action forums in one of our videos, in fact yesterday's video, that has discussions and information about boarding and how to go about it. And it's great. Like, the fact that you can actually win if you play your cards right, and that sort of thing, is pretty exciting. Any particular ships, first rates? Santissima? Keep that in mind, maybe come back here eventually. Alright, well, we're going to hop out of port. We'll see which way the wind is blowing, and look at which way we're heading. Okay, so it's swung around quite a bit, so maybe if we head up northeast, try to go to some of the islands out that way, maybe Island Harbour or something, and have a look. Eventually I'll get the hang of the whole trading thing, but right now I'm more interested in just cruising about and seeing what we can see. So, once again, when we come up to something interesting, bring you guys back in. See you then. And we're back. In the distance, we've just spotted the pirate frigate of Los Torpos, who we've versed a few times before in the past, so we're going to see if we can get into a scuffle with them. Could be a fairly interesting little matchup. Trying to win the wind here, though, which is going to be the trick. Wait. Hang on. I've clicked on the wrong ship. Where did... You guys did see it, right? Am I going mad? Quite possibly. Unless I'm completely blind. I must have accidentally clicked on something over here then when I went to click on that ship. Well, that's annoying. Ah, no, there we go. Could be an ambush. We'll see how it goes. Looks like there might be another sail on the horizon over there as well. Don't think that Trincomalee fleet's going to attack us. So we shouldn't have to worry too much about that. Getting some good speed, seeing as they're going against the wind. Right, well, the hunt is on. We're probably walking into a trap. We could, of course, cheat and use the free cam to have a look around, but I don't think that would be very sporting of us. No, it appears that they're pursuing some trader brigs. Do we help the English or do we help the pirates? Is the question. If they turn towards us, excellent, excellent. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some momentum and then use our momentum to kind of get back onto a more even footing so that we're not massively... Oh, darn, he beat me to it. There we go. I'm hoping that we have the wind there and it doesn't swap our positions round. Oh, darn it. Okay, hang on. That's absolutely gut-wrenching. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, yep, there we go. Right, well, beta, these things will happen. So we've probably taken at least one broadside. We may just have to leg it. We'll see. We'll see how things stand when we get back in. Yeah, we've taken a broadside. Okay, so we've lost 2 guns, and Not in a good way. Still, we have the wind, and that should be enough. Especially when we can avoid shots like that. We may have been going for our sails, to be honest. Oh, a little bit higher than I expected that to go. My major concern is, of course, getting our sails ripped to shreds. Which doesn't seem to be their ideal here. Looks like longs, so we should have the advantage. Wow, that's a lot of hits to our masts. Quite surprised. With our carronades, I'm not too worried about going toe-to-toe with them broadside. But I want to make sure we get an optimal number of hits. He's got some nice speed on his ship, though. That was terrible. Oh boy. fire enough shots at it and eventually something will give. Which will probably happen in a moment with our mast. Right, gonna pop our sail repair here. How far away is that lynx? Can't even see it. Alright, looks like we've got them. See if we can maneuver ourselves around into a position, get some raking shots off. At the very worst, we can trade about as well as they can, if not better. So I'm not too worried about that. That's... That's not what I wanted. We should go right. Wow. Okay. That's, clearly some issues with the boarding system then. Holy moly. That's disappointing. What did he have? I'll have to go back and have a look. So he killed 198 crew in one attack. Alright. Well played by him. Should have kept ourselves moving, I guess. Lessons learned. Well, we'll wrap it up here for today. Thank you very much for watching. As usual, it's been Death Stimulator, and if you did enjoy the video, do let us know. And please consider liking, commenting, favouriting, or subscribing, as your support does mean the world to me. I'll see you all next time.